My name is Lindsey and this is my story. I was raised in church all my life. I got saved when I was 16 at a church revival. My dad never went to church with us. He was raised in church when he was a little boy, but every time I talked to him about God, he never said that he was saved. He knew more about the Bible than I did. And that moment, when my mom got that phone call, and God told me that my dad was never coming home again, it's like time stood still for me because I didn't know if my dad was going to go to heaven or to hell. And still to this day, I do not know. After losing my dad, I felt like I needed to be strong for my mom and my siblings. I remember just missing my dad, wishing and hoping that he could be here, that I was just in a dream, that it was not true that he was gone forever. I felt so sad, lonely, just heartbroken. I cried myself to sleep just about every night. I even contemplated committing suicide. I would get in my car and had the thoughts of driving off a cliff. But every time I attempted to do that, a voice came to me and said, "Lindsey, don't do this. This is not your time. This is not how you're going to end things. This will not take away your pain." I didn't realize how much I was going to have to rely on God until 4 years later when my mom ended up in the hospital. I was at work and I was about to come back from lunch and I got the phone call. And it said that my mom had been rushed to the hospital. So I immediately got in my car and I left to go be with her. When I got there, she was in the emergency room and she seemed to be okay. The doctor wanted to keep her overnight just to run some tests. That night, I told my mom, I was like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna get some rest. And the next day was Thanksgiving and that I would be back that morning. And she said that was fine. I left her cell phone with her. And I remember waking up the next morning and I called and I called and I called and she didn't answer the phone. I called the hospital and no one would answer. Nobody would tell me what was going on. When I got to the hospital, my little sister was there and she told me that my mom had had a stroke. Not just one, but hundreds. And in my heart, I still had hope that she was gonna pull through, that she was gonna make it. 2 days later, the doctor came in and he asked us to step out of the room and he said that she's not gonna make it. She's not gonna pull through. That if she did, it would be a miracle. I completely lost it. I ran down the hall and just cried. Just said, "God, why are you doing this to me again? I've already lost my dad and now I'm losing my mom too." I remember one day at work, I got off the cash register and I ran to the bathroom and went into this stall and I prayed to God, saying, "God, please take away this pain that I'm feeling. Take away this sadness. This is taking over my life and I can't do this anymore." I started seeking counseling about 5 months ago because I was sexually abused as a little girl. And it's taken me 20 years to release this anger, this hurt, the pain that I've experienced. I've held it in for 20 years. At Faith Promise, Pastor Chris has been doing a series called Open House. It's mainly about your past and just dealing with bondage, things that you're holding onto in life that are just breaking you apart. He did a breaking of the mirror demonstration and it truly inspired me that Sunday to do that myself. Just realizing that I can't hold on to my past any longer. I have to let it go. I can't let it define me as a person. It's time to break free of these chains and give it over to God. This anger, this bitterness, this hatred, this pain, this not feeling worthy. My past is my past, and my future is in God's hands.